Hi, and welcome to this month's 2-minute update. I thought I would spend the time with this 2-minute update talking about recent events with Microsoft and their Exchange server. You guys have probably seen this one on the news, and we've gotten a lot of questions on it, so I thought this would be a good time to answer some of those questions coming in. So first question we're getting is, what happened? So basically, Microsoft released a notice saying that they found a vulnerability that was in Exchange, and that vulnerability has been around since pretty much the dawn of Exchange, or at least since 2010, and affects every single Exchange server that's in production right now. So basically what they said was, hey, we got to get this patch out there. So they delivered a patch that closed that vulnerability down. So what did it take to deploy that patch? So basically, once that patch came out, first thing we did was notify all of the clients that were affected. So basically, if you have not received a notification from us, it means that you were not affected. If you were on Office 365, you weren't affected. But for those that were affected, we notified them right away and said, hey, listen, this is what we've been told. We need to install this patch. This patch is going to take some downtime. It's going to take a lot of work. So basically, to install that patch took a lot of time. Some of the servers needed to be updated into several service packs in order to get to that patch. So a lot of the clients saw basically varied amounts of downtime. During the first day the patch was out, our engineers worked probably till 1 or 2 a.m. and then the next night, I think again until like midnight or so, and then at that time all of the servers that could be patched had been patched. Every client was notified. We then forced everybody to change all of the passwords across the system, all administrator and user passwords. So that was it. It was a long ordeal. The team did a great job deploying them, but it was a lot of work and it was a very unusual thing. So when did this happen? Well, Microsoft hasn't been entirely forthcoming with all the information that we'd like them to, but we know they at least knew about it going back to January, or there was a tax of the vulnerability of January. So most likely whoever found the vulnerability discovered it, started deploying it in January, and Microsoft finally received the patch out in March. So how did they start attacking? So basically, what they were doing is going in and logging into the systems, or trying to log into the systems. They were basically testing all of the Exchange servers out there, seeing if they could get in. And if they could get in through this vulnerability, they were going in and then saying, okay, what is this data that's in the vulnerability? So it's a bit of a manual process for them. Some automation, some manual. What did they do once they were in there? Well, let's say that you had data that was very useful for them. They got into the system, they started dumping these programs in there called web shells. And basically what they were trying to do is collect data and send it off to themselves. And so that they could then process that and see if that data was something that they could then use in turn to their own benefit. Biggest questions I'm getting is, number one, were we impacted? And I've mentioned those of you that were, we've already definitely notified you right away. Number two, are you safe now if you were impacted? That's a great question. So essentially, there's been several tools released out to do different testing, different processing. We've run through all of those tools on all of our clients that are affected. All of them are coming out clean. Does that mean Microsoft might release something later on next week or something like that to say, hey, you also need to check this? They might. And of course, as soon as that comes out, we're going to release it and we're going to test it. That happened just last week. There was another test that we ran across all of our clients' Exchange servers as well, just to make sure that they were past that test. Again, there's information that's still coming out, but as of right now, all the tools that are known to the industry as a whole have been run on all of the clients that have been affected, and so far all of them are coming up clean. We're going to keep going on this process, and obviously we're going to keep you up to date on it, but I thought this would be a good time to talk to you about what we know and what happened. This is also a good time to remind you that we have a quarterly cybersecurity training. So basically, this is really important for these type of instances that you hop on, for not only you, but all of your teammates, all of your staff, to watch these cybersecurity trainings on a quarterly basis so that you can keep up to date on everything that we know. All right. That's it. I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, obviously reach out to myself or anybody on our staff. Happy to answer everything that we possibly can. Thank you.